First question here says 1 minus 3. The sign of 1 here is plus and the sign of 3 here is minus. This is because the sign of a number is the sign in front of it to the left, and to the left of 1 we do not have a sign, which simply means it's a positive value, and to the left of 3 we have negative. Now we know the signs are different. What do? We subtract, and we always have to subtract using the bigger number. So 3 minus 1 is 2, but we'll have to keep the sign of the bigger number, which is minus here, because 3 is the bigger number. Therefore, our final answer here is negative 2, which is same as minus 2. Now, if you're not clear with this, I think you want to see the previous lesson. So do well to check out the previous lessons on addition of integers and subtraction of integers. They will guide you and help you to understand better. For the second question, we have 4 minus brackets minus 1. Now, this is not the same as 4 brackets minus 1. If we have this situation, it simply means we have to multiply. The sign of 4 here is plus and the sign of 1 here is minus. Multiplying plus times minus different signs gives you a negative answer, and 4 times 1 is 4, so we have negative 4. But that's not the same situation like we have here. So this becomes 4 minus 1. The sign of 4 here is plus. The sign of 4 here is plus, and the sign of 1 is not yet clear since we have two signs assigned to 1, and a value cannot have two signs. It's just one, either a positive or a negative, except for 0, which is neutral. So here we have 4. Minus times minus is plus. When same signs multiply, they give you a positive 4 plus 1. Now the sign of 4 is plus, the sign of 1 is plus. Since they have same signs, we add them up and keep their signs. This becomes 5, which is plus 5, but there is no need to write plus. So here we have 5. The next one says minus 6, minus brackets minus 8. We have minus 6 here, minus 8. The sign of 6 here is negative, and the sign of 8 is not yet clear. So multiplying these two signs, we have minus 6. Minus times minus is plus 8. The sign of 6 is minus, the sign of 8 is plus. Since they have different signs, we have to subtract, and we always have to subtract, and we always have to subtract using the bigger number. 8 minus 6 is 2, and we'll keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number is 8, which is positive, and 2 is same as positive 2. So here we have 2. The next question says bracket minus 6 plus 8. So since the numbers are not exactly together, we can just write minus 6 plus 8. The sign of 6 here is negative and the sign of 8 is positive. Since they have different signs, we subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. I will always have to use the bigger number to subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2, and the sign of the bigger number is positive, so we just have 2. Next we have in brackets minus 3. Since we don't have another bracket here, as you can see, we just have minus 3 in brackets and then another minus 3. For this one, if the bracket is together, we simply multiply them out. So minus times minus gives us plus, same signs, and 3 times 3 is 9, which is positive 9, although we did not need to write the positive. But here we had minus 3 in brackets minus 3. You can just simply say minus 3. The sign of 3 here is minus, negative, and the sign of 3 here is negative. Since they have same signs, what do? We add them and keep their signs. 3 plus 3 is 6, and minus, since they both have same signs, we just write their sign, which is negative, so we have negative 6. The next question says in brackets minus 8 minus brackets minus 3. You can have minus 8 minus 3. Since the brackets are not exactly together, so here we have a negative 8, but here we have two signs assigned to 3, which is not yet clear. We need to simplify by multiplying these two negative. Minus times minus is plus, so minus 8 plus 3. Since the sign of 8 is minus and the sign of 3 here is plus, different signs, so we have to subtract. We always subtract using the bigger number. 8 minus 3 is 5, and we keep the sign of the bigger number, which is minus, so we have a negative 5. For the next question, we have 3 minus bracket minus 5. This becomes 3 minus 5. The sign of 3 here is positive, but we need to figure out the sign of 5. So this becomes 3 minus times minus is plus 5. The sign of 3 here is plus, the sign of 5 here is plus. Since they have same signs, we add them up and keep their signs. 3 plus 5 is 8, and since they are both positive numbers, it's just plus 8, so positive 8. The next question says 7 minus 7. The sign of 7 here is plus, and the sign of 7 here is minus. Since they have different signs, we subtract, and since these numbers are exactly the same, you just subtract them. 7 minus 7 is 0. This is why minus 2 plus 2 is also 0, because the sign of 2 here is negative and the sign of 2 here is positive. Since we have different signs, we subtract them. 2 minus 2 is 0, since there is no bigger number amongst them. So minus 4 plus 4 is 0, minus 5 plus 5 is 0, 6 minus 6 is 0. The next we have is in brackets minus 7 brackets minus 5. So we have minus 7 minus 5. Minus times minus is plus, so minus 7 plus 5. The sign of 7 is negative and the sign of 5 is positive. Since we have different signs, we subtract, and we always have to subtract using a bigger number. 7 minus 5 is 2, and we keep the sign of the bigger number, which is minus. So here we have minus 2. And lastly, we have in brackets minus 4 plus minus 1. So here we have negative 4 plus minus 1. The sign of 4 here is negative. The sign of 1 here is not yet clear. Since we have two signs for 1, we have to multiply them out. This becomes minus 4, which is already known. Then plus times minus is minus. When different signs multiply, it's always a negative, so minus 1. Here we have negative 4, we have negative 1. Since the signs are the same, we add them. 4 plus 1 is 5. But we want to keep a negative sign, so minus 5. And we are done for this very exercise. So please, I know this might be confusing. You can go through the lesson again and do where to check out our previous video. In fact, check from the first video on this expedition, because this is a holistic approach to mathematics.